Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308. Tripping over my tongue already. It's gonna be a good show. I can tell. Dropping things before we get started. Can't even get through the second word. Oh my goodness. Uh, we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat, and the Peanut Gallery. Thank you for joining us, guys. And Chris into 386 in the chat room. Hey, Chris. Thank you for being here. We will be playing along with NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me in a few minutes, but first, today's ad read. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, Virginia, on the downtown mall. Above the Bricks, 105 West Main Street, Above the Bricks, Suite 200. Haha, there it is. Threw in the Above the Bricks a little early. Between the Green Cauldron and Hamilton's, because currently 10,000 Villages is going out of business. They have a huge sale going on at 10,000 Villages, so, go get stuff. They have cool stuff. Hidden Leaf, a great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, eh, bud? And the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. And they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personal research, which is highly biased. And by highly biased, I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. A note of disclosure: we are a politically opinionated set of people. We are a politically opinionated channel. Any opinions you hear expressed herein, any opinions you hear expressed herein are the opinions of the person making the statement, of the company, and or of Nikwork Entertainment. They are not necessarily the opinions of any of our sponsors, including Firehouse, Kush Gang, or The Hidden Leaf. They are all businesses and have their own, and because of that, do not have political or social opinions. We endorse these companies. They do not necessarily endorse our opinions. And today we will be doing a taste test of these solventless rosin gummies delights that are from Firehouse. They are fast-acting vegan. They're 10 milligrams a piece, 100 per bag. So really, I am just doing a taste test. This is not enough to, do anything. At least for me. Make it hard to get into. These are some gooey gummies there. And I think it's because they're made with the rosin that they're so gooey.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it tastes like orange watermelon. And a little bit like a little bit like cannabis. Take one gummy. Can take 45 to 120 minutes to feel the full effects. Take additional doses as desired.
Mm.
45 to 120 minutes, meaning you won't feel it till the end of the show.
Sure. I
Meaning an average person wouldn't feel it until the end of the show.
mm-hmm. I'll be lucky if I feel it by then. These are mainly indica. And they are manufactured by Delight's Gummies. Or I guess they're available at delightsgummies.com. Or information is available at delightsgummies.com. They are available at the Firehouse vendor table at Frosty Fridays or at the Canna Market.
Mm.
Thus spoke the graham cracker. Oh, cracker. Thus spoke the graham cracker. Cracker, that is.
Cracker.
You know, Graham was a cracker. I still think we should do a t-shirt that says that. Graham was a cracker.
I mean, I already sent you the t-shirt design. You can just do that on the other side of the shirt.
Yeah. Dang Calvinists.
And they're cool.
Trying to convince everybody that thinness is next to godliness.
I think that included hair too.
Whenever anybody says something about hair to me, about, Christian hair, I point out Samson. And then I inform them that they stole that story from us pagans.
Mm.
They inverted it originally. Samson was a pagan and the king was a Christian.
Mm.
Sources? Trust me, bro. I have no sources for that. But I do believe that somewhere in the history of my life that was told to me once. Oh, hey, Lockpick! Good morning. How goes the No Pants Raid train? Currently, it is Nightlife DJ. DJ Nightlife. Lockpick says, hey, is anyone else upset with the NRA now that they've forgotten to defend the nation against a tyrannical government? Yes.
Definitely on the peeved side there, yes.
Irritated, for sure. I didn't realize that was so far. Okay. Definitely irritated. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of, I remember before the NRA were a bunch of fearmongers trying to undermine our sense of safety. I remember when they were a gun safety organization. And
Reason why you used to be able to get certified with one organization. You could get certified as a rifle, pistol, whatever instructor with 4-H, and it transferred over to NRA, and they shared instructors
yeah,
because it was all about safety.
back when I was a kid, that was 4-H and NRA were connected. I
Mm-hmm.
remember because I was a 4-H kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually the only sleepover camp I ever went away to was 4-H camp.
Ah,
Yeah,
the one down in Holiday Lake.
I think so. I was too young to remember like exactly where it was. I,
That's where I got my certification to teach rifle.
that's where it's where I was almost drowned by an old life vest.
Oh, that's
Yep.
fun.
It's where I decided I would never wear a life jacket again. It's like, no, I'm a better swimmer than it is, and it tried to drown me. I'm good.
That was a take a life jacket.
Yeah, it was definitely a take a life jacket. They were
Sorry,
the
take a life jacket at a place where it was old enough that they probably had Bakelite phones.
Oh yeah, they definitely did. Well, this was out. This was before Bakelite phones had completely gone the way of film canisters.
Mm-hmm.
This was far enough back that you could still buy a Bakelite phone at a store.
Mm-hmm.
You're
So
talking about that black plastic like thing that you could bludgeon someone to death, run it over with a tractor, and then put it back on the shelf and no one noticed.
yeah,
Yes.
usually brownish, a brownish
Or
black
yellow.
or
I'm
yellow.
used to the thick yellow.
Ah, yes, the wonderful colors of the 70s.
Or
In fact,
green.
there
Some
was still this was wow. Okay, so there were still rotary phones in use at this time.
yes.
And this was back when commercials that when you had to order online, or not online, they didn't even have it online. When you ordered on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
you had to have a touch tone phone. They
I
were
mean,
like, huh?
they still say that when they want you to call in touch tone, but they probably have forgotten why they say it.
Right.
Yes.
And it was because the rotaries took too long between numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the
And it
rotary
didn't
was,
make the right noises.
yeah, it made clicking noises as opposed to the tones.
Right.
So back when they first started saying that versus now.
Right. Um and so yeah, I mean I'm sure they had Bakelite phones still at the 4-H camp. It was and that life jacket was probably. Oh, that's interesting. Lockpick says rotary didn't make noises. It rapidly hung up and picked up over and over.
Huh. That's different.
That makes sense though. That's how the signal, and it was the number of times that it picked up, and that was how it knew. Before it was, oh, I don't know this for sure, but
Yeah. I remember
Lockpick
that
says you
part.
could dial load payphones for free by drumming on the little switch on the cradle. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
I just remember being able to record the tones of putting the proper coins in there, and you just played the tones over there and get it for free.
Yeah,
Mm.
phone freaking is what that was called. You were.
But well, payphones are almost non-existent anymore.
There are still a few around. There are still a few around.
And the mechanics of them have changed. That no longer functions.
Right. Right. You can't freak a phone like you used to be able to.
No.
No. But yeah, I'm guessing that life jacket had been there since like the 50s. The 50s or 60s. So it was 2 or 3 decades old by that point.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the camp counselors then were like, allowed me to go swimming without a life jacket and go canoeing without a life jacket because their life jacket almost drowned me. It's like, I survived that life jacket trying to kill me. You must admit, I'm a good enough swimmer to not need one of your life jackets. It was, well, it was interesting too because when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
swimming was one of my strongest athletic activities. And probably still is. It's just, I don't swim anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I have other athletic activities that, while not as active as swimming, I do more than I swam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was not. I couldn't swim like you were supposed to for the swim team. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time swimming freestyle in a straight line.
Mm.
I kind of swam diagonal across the pool.
That tends to cause some consternation.
Uh,
My problem with a lot of swimming tests for swimming pools. I mean, if you were there for a long time, they used to do a swimming test to see how far into the pool you could go,
right,
and
right.
that usually involved a part of back floating. I did not float as a child.
Oh no, yeah, you and me. The only way I floated was by taking big breath because my lungs, luckily, when full, were larger than my muscles.
The problem is, I I could take a large breath and sit on the bottom of the pool for over 2 minutes.
Right, you're just dense muscle. You're just all muscle. Like you were dense muscle. That's why you
I
sank.
scared lifeguards. I would tell them ahead of time, I'm going to sit at the bottom of the pool. Just leave me alone. I'm fine. I'm just chilling.
God, I did
And
that
they're like,
too. Oh God.
okay.
Then they watched you and freaked out.
So at our pool, the swimming test was swim the length of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and by my second year there, I realized I could do up and back underwater. And there was like one lifeguard who was there when I realized it and watched me practicing and watched me do it. But he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't on duty the next year when I went to go take my swimming test. So I swam up and back underwater and the lifeguard's like, I'm gonna need to check to see if that counts.
That
Obviously,
doesn't
you
count.
hold your breath long enough to be in the deep end, kid. I was barely old enough to be allowed to go to the pool on my own. And I was already, like, holding my breath. There were times we'd play sharks and minnows in the deep end. And the lifeguard, one of the lifeguards, a couple of lifeguards loved to play with us. And they were, I mean, good swimmers. They could easily dive down, tag somebody, get back up. And so what I did was I would just crawl across the bottom of the pool to make it to the other side for the Sharks and Minnows game. And I'd crawl up the wall on the other side. And the lifeguards would be like, It's no fair going under the pool. You have to stay in the water the whole time. You're not allowed to go under the concrete. One of them was like, I tried to dive to touch you, and I hit the bottom, and you were still below me.
That's a beautiful compliment.
It is. That was...
Me, when I was having swimming lessons when I was really young, I had to wear water wings. It wasn't that I couldn't swim or follow the instructions.
Right.
I could not float. They put me in the water, and I would sink faster than most rocks.
Right, because you're dense wrapped muscle. You're all like that. Yeah. That which tracks. I've met you. I've seen you. You look about like...
I am an overtall dwarf.
You look about like 5'6" worth of stacked brick chicken house. You definitely look like you are packed dense muscle.
And the other half is just Dint's head.
Huh?
The other half is just Dint's head.
Yeah. You
the
look
other
like
reason they didn't want him. The other reason they didn't want him to sink is because he might crack the concrete.
Right. You look like if you got a bit of a running start, you could make your way through a brick wall.
I don't know about that, but yes, there is a but to that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know about that, but I've gone through drywall.
Drywall is easy.
I know. Oh, yeah.
A cinder block wall has been hit with my head.
This is true. Cinder block, dented.
Of course. Lockpick says, this calls for an experiment.
We're not experimenting today. It's Sunday. It's wet. It's rainy. We're not experimenting today.
Look, I was a teenager at the time. I could recover. I'm no longer a teenager. I'm not sure I can recover.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah. Even in my 30s, I could have recovered. Not so much. Not with that attitude, says Lockpick.
Valid point.
All right. So, we've been kibitzing our way through this here. Let's get started with the show here.
Any bets on if the pause button is going to function normally today or not?
I'm going with yes.
Okay.
I'm going with yes, it will. Because I am allowing hope to triumph over experience.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Now, let's see if you can hear it.
This message comes from Capella University.
We here.
Capella's FlexPath learning format. You can set your own deadlines and learn on your schedule. A different future is closer. Use quiz. Filling in.
Now we're going to see if the pause button makes it go back this time.
Mm-hmm.
I might have forgot to hit the mute on the TV. Well, not on the TV, but on the computer output to the TV.
It makes a difference.
All right.
Filling in for Bill Curtis. I'm the voice so deep, you need a lifeguard. Chioki Ianson. And here's your host at the Studebaker Theater at the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Tom Papa.
Tom
Hi,
Papa's
everybody.
hosting.
I'm Tom Papa, filling in for Peter Sagal because my agent thinks Chicago in February is a great idea. We've got a great show for you today, and we'd like to say a big welcome to the millions of you who tuned in because you thought the Super Bowl was being broadcast on NPR this year. Right now, it's your turn to play the big game. The number is 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Now it's time to welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, Tom. This is Edie calling in from Alexandria, Virginia.
Hi, Edie from Alexandria.
How's it going?
Good. What do you like to do down there in Virginia?
Well, I work in conservation and climate advocacy, and I like to go birding, spend time outside. You know, yeah.
Someone just yelled yay for being outside.
All of the normal NPR
That's
stuff.
what it's going to be in the future, just humans going, we remember. Now, Edie, let's introduce you to our panel. First, a writer for Clean Slate. Season 1 is on Amazon Prime now. Shantira Jackson.
Hi, Shantira.
Hi.
Next, an actor and writer who can be seen in the acclaimed improv show Two Square at the UCB Theater in New York on February 27th, Peter Gross.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
And a comedian who you can see in her Netflix special Big Guy or on tour. Tickets and info at rachel-feinstein.com. Welcome to the panel, Rachel Feinstein.
Hi, Rachel.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Tommy.
Hi, Rachel. Hi.
Well, welcome to the show, Edie. You're going to play Who's Chioki this time? Chioki Ianson is going to read you 3 quotes from this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain 2 of them, you'll win our prize. Any voice from our show you choose on your voicemail. You ready?
Am I ever?
Here's your first quote from the Wall Street Journal.
This is the dumbest trade war in history.
The Journal was talking about moves made by the U.S. government to slap what on Canada, Mexico, and
Tariffs.
China this week?
Would those be tariffs?
That's right, tariffs. They were supposed to take effect Tuesday, but 11th hour negotiations delayed them, giving hardworking Americans a much-needed reprieve from having to figure out what tariffs are.
It feels like high school history class. To be
Right.
talking about tariffs, you're like, what are those even?
Right,
Yeah.
like I'll just skip that.
What'd you say?
11th hour negotiations in which the Prime Minister and President said to our President that they were going to do what they had already promised to be doing.
Yes.
Yep.
Literally.
Exactly. It's kind of like, okay, really? I can't believe. Okay, the thing that gets me is that Trump is asking Canada to stop sending fentanyl through.
Traveling the other way.
Exactly.
I know, like, Canada has more reason to be afraid of us than we have to be afraid of them.
Well, we should be. The convention tells us that.
What?
This is true.
We should be afraid of Canada. The Geneva Convention tells us that.
The checklist.
The Geneva checklist. That is true. But, like, as far as actual, as far as,
The fact that we've got someone that likes to push blame on everybody else because responsibility for their own actions is such a foreign concept means that they are taking a situation and turning it backwards to make it suit their narrative.
that is exactly true. And Lockpick said, our fentanyl in Canada is in high demand. It's super polite and calls for help when you OD.
That is certainly very special, Lockpick.
Sounds
I can
about
see
right,
that.
though. And I can see why Trump doesn't want that kind of fentanyl in this country. Because it's going to cost money to help all those people when all the fentanyl calls in for help.
Yeah.
I don't know if that much money flowing into the American health system would be a boost to the economy.
I don't know.
I mean,
right. Yeah. Like, I'll just...
Which technically doesn't exist, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just skip that one.
Yeah.
I know. This is like everything my husband screams about when he's drunk, like every libertarian guy. I'm like, now I have to understand it. Yeah. Every time he's drunk, he's like, you don't respect George Washington. I'm like, not really, but he's not the reason you can't drive right now.
If you're confused about how a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico might affect you, just think about it like this. Do you like eating food? Well, that's going to be way more expensive now.
It is amazing, though, that the Wall Street Journal is the one that's calling them out, because they're saying that it's a dumb idea, then it might actually be a dumb idea.
Yeah, I know. I always feel like when I see the Wall Street Journal, like in a lobby or something, I pick it up and I feel like, oh yeah, I know money.
I feel like I pick it up and the paper goes, please put me down.
Now I'm going to have to learn more Outlander words. I'm just so annoyed about that. I feel like tariff seems like just sounds like something you have to give like a troll to cross a bridge or something.
Grocery prices have gone up already, but don't worry. Despite the high price of eggs, Trump has promised all Americans will still be able to die of bird flu. So reassuring.
Did he lose the negotiation, though? Like, he wanted tariffs with Canada and Mexico.
Right.
And then he backed down pretty quick. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like a win or a good deal.
Well, it depends what channel you watch.
Yeah, sure does. Yeah. Depends how hot the reporter is talking about it.
Yeah, I was watching Fox, and they're like, he did it. They backed down. And he gave him everything he wanted. And then I went over to CNN, and they're like, they said they're going to put 10,000 troops on the border, which they already have.
I feel like if the newscaster looks like she would like give you bottle service in Tampa, then you can't always trust the news.
All right, here's your next quote.
Chris into
I'm stuck
386.
there
That was
for half an
you, I
hour
think.
watching stuff before it actually starts.
That was someone responding to a new law proposed by a Connecticut state senator to force movie theaters to tell us what?
Ooh.
When the movie actually starts.
When to arrive, how early to get there?
Because...
We have to watch the ad?
Very good. When a movie starts.
Okay.
When it exactly starts.
Is that what you said, Peanut Gallery?
I said when the ads start.
Really, really close. Did you mean when the ads stop?
Nope. His answer to it was ambiguous anyway, so let's see where he says, and we'll probably find out that I was wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm giving you the option, before he explains his answer, to change your answer to when the movie starts versus when the ads start. Huh?
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm just trying to play the game in the spirit of the way they play the game.
Oh, yeah.
He's a hero right now. And
What?
I may be wrong, but hey, being wrong means I learn.
True.
That's true. Kat, did you say anything?
No.
Okay.
Now we have one. Senator Martin Looney of Connecticut wants to require theaters to tell us exactly what time the movie actually starts so we don't have to sit through half an hour of ads and previews.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Although I like those ads and previews.
I do too, actually. I actually do. Like, I don't mind sitting through them. It's the pre-ads. It's the, sitting there.
In the movie theater, supposed to be listening to music and talking, but no, they've got something about a car commercial up on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the
trivia.
Yeah. Sometimes that's worthwhile, but no.
Well, when you go to the movie theater once every 2 years and you come back later and find the exact same trivia.
Right. It's like, okay, this change. Just me, Crystal. Hi, welcome into the chat. How is church?
Yep.
All right. We ready to go back to it?
I think so.
All right.
His last name is Looney.
I know, Martin Looney just seems like a pretend name. It's like a wacky 80s movie of like a guy that owns a toy store or something.
It also could be like a character from a Marx Brothers movie.
Right? Like there's no way any
Hi, President Martin Looney. Come over here. Meet Tim Quackers. He's my Secretary of State.
Well, we've all been there. The show time's at 7, so you get there at 6:40, but then traffic is light, so you end up in the theater while they're still playing commercials for the company that runs the commercials. It's getting way too long. And here's the crazy part. When Martin Luther King Jr. said the arc of the moral universe is long but bends toward justice, this is what he was talking about.
Yeah. This is our Black History Month joke.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what? I laughed a little bit.
Yes.
On one hand, I was thinking, like, this maybe shouldn't be what the congressmen are working on right now. Like, I was like, is this what they should be?
It's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, oh, how can we get the people happy about one thing?
I appreciate that padding, because it's just like 30 minutes I don't have to feel ashamed for being on my phone, like out of the day. And also, I feel like the person that wants to, like, they want that extra 30 minutes, like, I don't know, I feel like they're just like, maybe in a happier marriage or something. Like, I love 30 minutes in the dark is all I want at the end of the day. Yeah.
All right, Edie, here's your last quote.
I'm glad church
She
was
would have
good.
been really slow.
That was a researcher talking about a new finding that the ancient human ancestor Lucy could do what?
Can I have a hint, please?
Sure. Her remains were found wearing a pair of Nikes.
Run.
So she could run slowly?
Yes, run. Good job. Using advanced computer modeling, researchers now believe the early hominid Lucy was capable of running. And this is true. While she couldn't run far, she also couldn't run fast.
Is it running then?
Also, we don't know what was going on in her life.
Well, is she the first? We don't know how fast was back then. She might have been the fast. If she's the only person we know running, if you're the only one running, you are the fastest.
That's true. There might have been.
That's true.
Just by process of elimination. Yeah.
She came in first and last. But
She came in first.
there was probably a slug, like a prehistoric slug, that was like, oh my God!
You know what? It's always people who don't do sports who are talking trash about people who do sports. You're in a lab, and that girl can run, okay?
Can you imagine falling out of a tree and dying, and then 3.2 million years later, they put your bones together to prove you were slow as hell? It's so unnecessary.
I know, it feels really...
Yeah, what's the next article going to be? Like, yeah, and she couldn't read either. Chioki, how did Edie do?
Well, I hope she chooses the right voice on her voicemail because she got all 3 right.
There you go, Edie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for playing.
Bye.
Take care. Right now, panel, it's time for you to answer some questions about this week's news. Rachel, this week a proposal at a restaurant in China went awry when the woman being proposed to accidentally did what?
Ate the ring.
With it, women. Oh, I'm supposed to actually know the answer to this?
Yeah. I can give you a hint.
Okay, give me a hint.
Okay. Hiding the ring in dessert is not without risk.
Oh, she ate it.
That's right. She ate the ring.
She
Very
did.
good.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear. My star.
Good job.
Did either of you say that?
I said choked like you did.
I was going with hair on fire.
Not quite. We're giving it
No.
to Peanut Gallery, though, for that one.
Yep.
Good job. In a grand romantic gesture, the man had the restaurant hide a golden engagement ring in the cake that they ordered for dessert.
Always a bad
Unfortunately, the
idea.
woman never got a chance to say yes, yes, because she was too busy saying, yum cake.
Should they have
Such
to
a deep pig that she just had to stuff herself
Here's the
first.
thing.
What
It's
an
his
animal.
fault because the ring had to be too small if she was able to eat it.
You're right.
There it is.
Get her a
There
big
it
rock.
is.
And
it,
not even just, she just ate it, not a choke, not a spit out.
Nothing.
She swallowed it.
She swallowed it.
They're not getting married.
That ring was
I do feel like we need to know what dish she put it in. Yeah.
It was carrot cake, probably.
Yeah, a big meal.
Oh.
Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did.
I did too, and I'm going to go now. No, that is like, that is just the stupidest possible idea, because even if it, like, the best version of it is ends with her being like, what the hell is this? Like, pulling a ring out of her mouth.
It was really awkward afterwards when the guy got down on one knee behind her. And said, I'm going to have a really important question for you in about 6 hours.
Just a sliver of control. The rest is
that
out
was
of hand.
no.
When a woman's hungry
that was
for
just no.
romance.
More of Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Work out at home.
Cunard, inviting you to take a wide ocean view escape of the relaxation.
Z Chicago. This is Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Oh, so much about that that's just so wrong. Like, so wrong. Oh, man. That is exactly why you never put the ring in the dish. You don't.
Or the drink.
Or the drink.
Even if it's a clear drink that you would assume someone can see it in there,
They could miss it.
they could miss it. They could take a bite of something really, really spicy and gulp it down and not realize it.
Right. Or really salty. It's, yeah, you want to... It's one of those things you really do want to just, like...
Ask
The
them to
one
write
knee
something
opening the box, the traditional thing, the traditional way. It's just one time when the traditional way is the safest. Just do it right. Do it the way that they've always been doing it. It is the right way to do it. It's the safest thing to do. Don't do it on the kiss cam on the Jumbotron. Don't do it in public. Don't do it just,
Or the one that I heard most recently was a man that they had been talking about getting married. He hadn't actually proposed, hadn't actually set a date or anything. Invited her out to dinner. When she showed up, there was a priest there for a surprise wedding.
Did she say no?
Yes. She said no. She threw the drink at him and she left.
Saw that coming. Yeah, like that's...
I'm sorry. Were you kink shaming exhibitionists? You told them not to do it in public.
Ow, you're right. No, I mean, if both parties are consenting, go right ahead and do it in public. It is
And that's the thing.
If both parties are consenting. See, that...
Yes.
Therein is the danger about, like... when men propose to women in public, it can be a situation of, and it can, even if it's not meant this way, it can feel like a situation of being held hostage to your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Being pressured into saying yes. Because everybody around expects yes to now happen because the gesture was so romantic. How could you not say yes to that?
And there's a difference between doing something like that in public and calling the public's attention to what you're doing when you're doing it.
Right. That's especially why the Jumbotron kind of like, that's just, nah. I mean, unless it is a situation where everybody is consenting.
Right.
Where you've asked her beforehand, hey, if I were to propose like this, would it be cool with you? You know?
Yeah. You know, and if you haven't done that, then it is perfectly fine to propose to her at the game, but wait.
Wait till the camera's not on you.
Yeah. Propose at dinner, but don't make them bring over a marching band to celebrate right. afterward.
No. You need the marching band. So when she says no, you have an entire section of sad trombone.
For what?
Okay, that I will give you. I will give you that. That is fair. That is fair.
No, but see, again, then you're subtly shaming her for saying no.
Exactly.
So, like, even that isn't
but the
exactly.
intent of that one is more to lighten the mood and take the comedy edge off.
Right.
Yeah.
The comedy bit, as a comedian, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But also as a comedian, I have to appreciate that we no longer have the luxury of doing that kind of bit in real life.
Mm.
You know?
I mean, yes, on the other hand, when my brother proposed, if she'd have said no, I'm pretty certain my sister-in-law would have sent a sad mariachi band following him on purpose.
Yes.
But again, they weren't involved. They were just playing there at the restaurant. But I'm sure she'd have sent them to follow him.
But again, this is two consenting people. These are two people whose senses of humor work like that.
Right.
We're not going to get into some of the problematic stuff about your brother's sense of humor.
No.
No, because he's a little too mayonnaised to have made some of the jokes he's made. No offense to him, no shade there, but like... Mm-hmm. But also, he made those jokes in a different time.
True.
On the other hand, it wasn't really cool then either. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't that different a time. So.
Oh, speaking of airplanes.
Where? What?
Back to the show.
Ah, okay.
The NPR News Quiz. I'm Chioke Ianson. We're playing this week with Rachel Feinstein, Shantira Jackson, and Peter Gross. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Tom Papa.
Thanks, Chioke. Right now, it's time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game on air, or check out the pinned post on our Instagram page at WaitWaitNPR. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi there. This is Chris Seymour in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, hello,
Hi,
Chris.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What's going on in Brooklyn these days? How's February in Brooklyn?
Well, it's more snow than you might actually want or slush, but we're moving along.
All right, that's good. You sound like you're really enjoying
Great
it.
Brooklyn thing. I spent some time this afternoon clearing snow from in front of the community garden I'm a member of, so that's really Brooklyn.
Oh, that's very
Brooklyn.
nice. That's really
You're a
nice of
mensch.
you.
You're a
I
mensch
was doing that
among
too before the show in Chicago. Well, it's nice to have you here, Chris. You're going to play our game in which you must try and tell truth from fiction. What's the topic, Chioki?
Why is everything green?
These days, everybody wants green things. Green witches and wicked. Green money. Greenland. This week, we heard a story.
What's the difference between Greenland and Trump?
What?
Greenland's not for sale.
Oh, good one.
I heard that from I can't remember who I heard that from now, but I heard that up at the Leaf yesterday. So, I like that joke.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, that we made that joke on show yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the war in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
When it happened, when it originally, the first Persian excursion happened, I was a kid. And I was disappointed because of much like my friend's parents' divorce, there was a lack of pudding. I'd been told there'd be a custardy battle, and it was Operation Desert Storm.
It is worth lamenting that there was a lack of pudding and or chocolate cake out of that.
Yes. However, that joke is awful.
Well, there was a lot of ice creaming.
Ooh. Yes, there was.
Talk about that joke.
I was gonna say I can make that joke worse.
Exactly.
What do you think ice is doing right now?
Making like a banana and splitting back to the story.
What? So we're just not gonna touch ice cream?
I mean, you shouldn't. You should eat it with a spoon.
I disagree. You should wait for it to melt and drink it.
How about setting it on fire?
No. Didn't
No?
like that.
Oh.
Didn't like that one. Specifically, though, I think it was the way Chi-Chi's did it. I didn't like it.
Fair.
Something in the way Chi-Chi's did it that I just didn't... I didn't like... Something in Chi-Chi's food that I really didn't like. It was whatever their corn was, I think. Whatever corn they were using just didn't appeal to me.
They used too much MSG. What were you thinking?
Right.
I like the way MSG tastes. It couldn't have been MSG that had made the taste off at Chi-Chi's.
Mm-hmm.
It had to have been.
The problem is they were using the knockoff. They weren't using standard MSG. It was, gee, what were you thinking?
Oh, yes. MSG, what were you thinking?
Yes.
That one went right over my head. I'm sorry. I was just not there for it. It was good. I wasn't there for it.
You didn't catch it. That's okay.
You just didn't have a taste for it.
No. Much like the rest of their food.
Ow. So if you guys, you feel like you've succeeded in forcing me into the position of being like, so back to the show.
Yeah. Look, I tried. I gave the option.
I know.
Where something new turned green. Our panelists are going to tell you about it. Pick the one who's telling the truth, and you'll win the wait waiter of your choice on your voicemail. Are you ready to play?
I guess so.
I love your confidence. First up, it's Shantira Jackson.
Many folks like to paint the town red, but one woman was truly flabbergasted when everything in her house was suddenly dyed green, including her cat. So, like any American seeking good advice, the woman turned to Reddit. She explained that she first noticed her cat's fur taking on a greenish tint before seeing that other items in her home, including her couch, phone charger, and wall, were also changing hues. She took her cat to the vet, had her AC and water checked, and even went to the doctor herself for answers and got none. She was totally at a loss until one Reddit user asked if the original poster had recently purchased some jeans from Old Navy. Apparently, there is a pair of jeans from Old Navy that are notorious for staining everything green. The woman claimed that neither she nor her husband wore jeans. They were strictly a slacks family.
Oh, no.
But something about the comment irked her and made her suspicious of an affair. She looked through her husband's phone, and lo and behold, there were, quote, some sexy Instagram DMs from a woman who wears jeans. He was, in fact, having an affair. Turns out green wasn't the color of jealousy, but rather the color of bargain-priced infidelity.
So that was Cheating Jeans Woman from Shantira Jackson. Your next story of something going green comes from Rachel Feinstein.
Oh, yeah, this was true. This is in a prodigious orchestra in Warsaw, Poland. The renowned musician Gustav Slavin, you guys know his work. He was playing his organ for the St. Patty's Day waltz when he all of a sudden noticed that his hands had turned a rather sickly puke-colored green. That's right, his poor mitts had turned green. Basically, what he had was called organ's paw, and that's when your instrument kind of seeps onto your hands. And because he had a green organ, his hands turned green. And now it's known as a wider affliction called Slavin's paw that a lot of musicians have. Basically, it just turns your instrument. Can you just save me somehow here, please? Oh, he founded the Organ's Paw Youth Alliance, which helps young musicians that are also rancid from Organ's Paw. I'm gonna go put myself down
Rancid.
like a dog now. That is a medical term, going rancid from something.
Seems
Yes.
very convincing. Organ Paw from Rachel Feinstein. Your last story with a greenish hue comes from Peter
Hairy
Gross.
palms.
The staff at the local CVS in Belmore, New York, panicked when they didn't receive any of their Valentine's Day decorations. No red banners, no paper cupids, no heart-shaped boxes of chocolates for forgetful husbands to buy at 11:45 on February 14th. Corporate must have forgotten about us, said store manager Frank Fusco, so we had to improvise. Fusco and his employees raided their stock room for anything to spruce up the store. All they found was some green M&M tie-in posters left over from Christmas, 10 unopened boxes of pine-scented air fresheners, Hulk merchandise from the 2008 Hulk movie, and they saw a theme developing. Everything was all green, so they decided to lean in and make the whole store look like a golf course that had a three-way with an avocado and an alligator. Green-and-Tine's Day was born. Customers really got into the spirit, dressing in as their favorite green pop culture characters. Peter Pan, Kermit, that thing from the Mucinex commercials. One guy dressed as Yoda even proposed to his wife in an Elphaba costume, which everyone agreed was kind of adorable and also very disturbing.
All right. So, Chris, you've got Shantira's story of a cheater leaving
want
behind a
one
green
B.
trail of lies.
I'm taking A.
You're taking A.
Yes.
Peanut Gallery?
I'm going to go with C.
All right, you're going C. I'm taking B.
Her flat, I'm not doing this well delivery kind of sold you on she was trying to mislead him?
Something like that. Yeah. There's some background stuff around that, and the other two sound so plausible that it makes me think that it's the one that sounds the least plausible.
Okay.
All right, we'll see if it's Harry Bongs.
Rachel's story of an organist with a case of organ paw. And from Peter, CVS trying to make Greenentine's Day a thing. Which one is real?
But I would love to believe in Slavin's paw.
It's Slavin's paw, by the way. It is real.
Oh, okay.
You know how many children you're hurting right now?
Sorry. I don't believe the CBS story. I think I have to go with the cheating genes and Shantira.
Okay.
Okay, so some of the
To find
audience
out the correct answer, we spoke to someone who reported on the real story.
She posted the pictures on the subreddit of this white cat with like a little green tinge, and someone said this would be a funny way if you found out your husband was having an affair.
That was MJ Bradford, a radio announcer at Barry 360, talking about the cheater getting caught green-handed. Congratulations, Chris, you got it right. Well done. You earned a point for Shantira, and you've won our prize, the voice of your choice, on your voicemail. Thank you so much for playing with us today, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy Brooklyn.
Good call, Kat. Good call.
And now, the game we call Not My Job. After being a part of improv groups at Second City and I.O. and interning for Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Vanessa Baer joined the cast of Saturday Night Live in 2010 and stayed with the show for 7 years. She's now celebrating SNL's 50th anniversary, but we swear it doesn't look a day over 45. Vanessa Baer, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
I'm a huge fan. We all are. It's so nice to actually get to talk to you. When you look at your body of work, you have this great ability of being so sweet and likable, and then you kind of have this subversive, kind of cutting comedy. I guess my first question, in real life, are you as sweet as you look?
Oh, I mean, you could ask Rachel and Pete to an extent. I think I am sweet, but I do love to gossip.
Yes. That's a very honest and accurate description. Yeah,
Right.
she's very lovely and warm, but she'll get into it. Yeah.
Yes, Vanessa has never clutched pearls around me once. I've never seen her clutch her pearls.
It seems that your whole family has a really great sense of humor. When I've heard you talk about your family, and especially they were especially helpful getting you through challenges when you were younger. Was that something that just came natural, or did that come out of the challenges?
I think that my dad was always very funny. My brother was always funny. My mom, sorry, my mom too, brag. But I think that me, you know, particularly when I was a teenager and I had leukemia, I think my family really, their senses of humor were like really came out. And I think it made us all kind of funnier because we learned that was sort of a thing that put us at ease. It put everybody we knew at ease. And so I think it made everyone funnier.
Right, just to kind of get through it. And it's funny, I've heard you tell stories about how you start off just trying to like protect yourself and be strong, all of you just to get through it. But then when the skies started clearing and it seemed like you were going to be okay, you didn't really stop taking advantage of some of the goodwill that people had toward you.
I'm pretty sure I earned.
Today's pre-rolls brought to you by the Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, on the Downtown Mall, 105 West Main Street, between Green Cauldron and Hamilton's, Suite 200 above the bricks. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. Bud? The only thing better than their bud is their customer service, and they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own highly biased research. And by that I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. Don't forget to check the website for times and events. The website is thehiddenleafseville.com. That's thehiddenleafseville, all one word, .com. I managed to get that in before we dipped out to commercial break.
Nice. Very nice.
I'd finished my other one, and I saw we were coming up on commercial break. I was like, I can do this. I can do this.
And you did?
I did. And I remembered to get the website in there this time. I've been forgetting to get the website in there the last few times, and I feel bad about that.
You know, would it be worthwhile to just stick the ad read as a card in the one window while you read it? And then take it down before you start the next video or whatever?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I mean, if you did that with their logo in the middle, then that would, you'd be able to put a logo up that way.
Yeah, we've got, well, what I need is I need their logo. But
Fair.
also I should, I mean, like, I've got logos up in the on the screen right now for Kush Gang and Firehouse. And once I get a digital copy of their logo, I'll have one of their logos up, just constantly floating around too. So I don't really need that. I want to get good enough at this ad read that I can do it, from memory without having to look at a card, which allows me to play to camera. I like the ability to play to the camera while I'm doing it, and so now, it may not be a bad idea to have next to their logos that are floating, have everybody's little tagline, have little taglines for everybody.
Yeah.
And I could have that whole ad read as on there as a tagline for Hidden Leaf. But I want to be able to do these from memory.
Okay.
Just because because being able to highlight that skill
is a good thing.
Yes, and other advertisers will enjoy that. That will go far when if we ever start using other people to advertise.
Right.
Even though I don't ever plan on not advertising for these three people, these three companies. I it would be nice to have ad reads that, paid money.
Yes.
But that being said, like, yeah, this is, if I can highlight my skill at an ad read, like that, then I think that skill would be worth it to other people, worth money to other people.
So you were looking to advertise your advertising skill to advertising people?
Yes. Whole lot of advertising going on. It gets a little confusing and meta if we start thinking about it too hard.
Yeah, let's not. I'm good this morning.
Right. All right. Let's hear more about this Vanessa Bayer from Saturday Night Live. I haven't really paid attention to Saturday Night Live in 20 years, maybe. 15 at most. Or at least.
Yeah.
like stuff forever. So, yeah, I would, the big term in my family was dropping the L-bomb. Like, my dad got out of the speeding ticket because he said that I was sick. This was like I was done with treatment and stuff. Using it, I feel like if you survive something like that, or honestly, if you survive anything, you should get perks forever.
Oh, yeah. At least like a Starbucks gift card. Yeah, come on.
What did you get out of when you were a teenager and
Well, the huge thing was gym class. Yeah, I didn't have to do gym class, and that was like huge. I mean, who wants to it's so demeaning. It's so disgusting that you have to be like a teenager and you're trying to look cool in front of everybody, and you have to go change into shorts and go get sweaty, and then you can't shower. You just have to change back into your clothes and go to class. It's hello, this sucks. So I got out of gym class. That was the biggest thing. And then I sort of got out of anything else I wanted to get out of. But the main thing was getting out of gym class was so great. I mean, I recommend it so much.
But also, I will say, to this day, you cannot climb up a rope and touch the top of the rope.
That's
right. It's one of her biggest flaws. Yeah.
Then I have to live with that.
Yeah.
So
that's a trade-off. Yeah.
I've never heard about your audition for SNL. What was that like?
I got myself into such a good headspace before my SNL audition, and I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy this. It feels like it's going to lead to positive things. I mean, I'm a real big optimist. You can tell by the way I'm telling the story, but I just was so excited to be there, and I was like, I just want to be so present for this. Sorry to sound like we get it, but I want to be so present for this.
Yeah, and did you know when you were done that you had in fact nailed it?
I was told they're not going to laugh, so don't be offended if they don't laugh. Nobody laughs.
Right.
They did laugh. I remember after my first character, they laughed, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even think this was possible.
What was the character?
Was it the bar mitzvah kid?
No, I did a different little boy who is really into rocks. I didn't.
I love that there's
multiple little boys.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he was really into rose quartz.
Oh, and they laughed right away.
Yeah, they laughed right away, and then they called me back a week later, and I met with Lauren, and that was really exciting. And then I was told I would hear within the next day, and then so my parents stayed up all night.
Oh, that's great.
We didn't hear, and
that's even better.
And I remember my parents were freaking out, and I was like, 24 hours to them is it's longer.
Yeah.
And then a week later, I got a call from my producer.
A week later. Well, before we play the game, Rachel says you really like gossip. Is there any gossip you want to drop?
You guys talk about Tom.
I will say that Tom's been extremely inappropriate. Sage, yeah. I didn't feel safe. He was just, yeah.
People don't do this when Peter hosts. Vanessa Bayer, we've asked you here to play a game we're calling
It's a Golden Jubilee.
Okay.
You're helping SNL celebrate their golden 50th anniversary, but they're not the only one turning 50 this year. Answer our 3 questions about other things that started in 1975, and you'll win our prize for one of our listeners, the voice of their choice on their voicemail. Chioki, who is Vanessa playing for?
Liz Ward of Austin, Texas.
All right, here's your first question. Jaws turns 50 this year and wouldn't be nearly as iconic without John Williams' memorable 2-note theme. When he first played it for Steven Spielberg, what was the director's response? A, he got so scared he fled the studio in terror. B, he reminded Williams that they were only paying him per note, so he better step it up. Or C, he said, quote, "That's funny, John. Really, what did you really have in mind for the theme of Jaws?"
C.
My guess is C.
You're right, C. Very good. That was fast, with confidence. Okay, here's your next question. 50 Cent turned 50 this year, and almost as famous as his music is his feud with fellow rapper Ja Rule.
Yep.
Things got so heated at one point that 50 Cent did what? A, convinced Ja Rule to invest in this super cool and not at all shady thing called the Fire Festival. B, bought 200 front row tickets to a Ja Rule concert, so he'd have to perform to an empty arena. Or C, bought the URL jarule.com and made the homepage just say, more like Ja Fool.
I'm going with B.
B,
Okay,
because I know
I
B
answered
happened.
too quickly last time.
But you got it right.
Okay. Well, here we go.
What'd you say, Peanut Gallery?
I'll go with B. I have no idea, but you all seem certain.
Okay.
And here comes the answer.
Vanessa, we don't have as much time as you think, so just really just get to it.
My guess is B.
You're right. B.
Whoa.
That was really rough.
What a tough.
That's so funny that he did that.
I know.
I know.
So mean.
It's so mean.
He's not the one.
All right, here's
don't
your last
step
question.
To 50.
Okay.
Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton married for the second time in 1975, with Taylor saying, quote, "We married once again, back where we belonged, where we always belonged." What did she say 10 months later?
Bye. Get me out of here.
A, quote, "These have been the most beautiful 10 months of either of our lives." B, quote, "Were you to look up love in the dictionary, certainly you'd see a picture of Richard and me." Or C, quote, "We can't be together."
C. Actually, all three. All three.
Yeah.
Say C.
You're right, C.
Oh, just C. I was going to say it was all three.
The couple divorced shortly afterwards. Chioki, how did Vanessa Bayer do on our quiz?
Well, here's the gossip on Vanessa Bayer. She got all three right.
Yeah.
Nice job. Vanessa Bayer is an actor and comedian who's celebrating SNL's 50th anniversary. Vanessa Bayer, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. In just a minute, if you're wondering what gross thing should I rub on my face today,
Sonic is 50
in the Listener
too.
Limerick Challenge, we have your answer.
50 as well.
Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to join us on air. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
I think Mario's not far behind.
This message comes from Charles Schwab. When it
Mario's
comes to
older.
managing your wealth, Schwab gives you more choices, like full-service wealth
Than
management
Sonic?
and advice when you need it.
Yep.
You can also
By
invest
far
on
not.
your own and trade on Think or Swim. Visit schwab.com to
Hold
learn
on.
more.
Vacations.
Whole Foods Market. Biotics Ever Chicken.
Wait, don't tell me. The NPR News.
Okay, what were we saying now?
Mario is a lot older than Sonic. Sonic was the answer of
Yes.
finding a thing
But
to
Mario,
combat Mario.
Mario is not 50.
No, Mario is more like 65.
No. No. Is he really
Donkey Kong.
Is
Donkey
Donkey
Kong?
Kong really that old?
Yeah.
That's where Mario got his start.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Wow. Wow.
Let's see.
You meant Sonic the restaurant, though, didn't you?
No, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is 50.
No, he's 30.
Okay.
Well, a little over 30. But Donkey Kong's originally from 81, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, he's not 50. 60.
What just bit me?
So I am still older than Mario.
Yeah, but hate to break it to you, Mario's a lot more successful.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm okay with Mario being more successful. Mario was more successful his entire existence.
Yes.
But he does bring hope to plumbers everywhere.
Yep.
Yes. And hope to people that plumbers will start wearing something so that the crack doesn't show.
Yup. That's the one. That's what really matters to me. Plumbers say no to crack.
You know why a plumber can't ride a bicycle?
I don't know why.
Because they get pulled over for peddling crack.
Oh, that's
terrible.
Oh, so true. So true. All right.
Quiz. I'm Chioke Ianson. We're playing this week with Peter Gross, Rachel Feinstein, and Shantira Jackson. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Tom Papa.
Thanks, Chioke. In just a minute, it's the Super Bowl of early 18th century literary forms, the Listener Limerick Challenge. If you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. But right now, panel, some more questions for you from this week's news. Shantira, according to the Washington Post, as more people stopped drinking alcohol during January, they started drinking what instead?
Whiskey.
No.
Water.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah, I would love that because I know a lot of drinks.
Okay.
You named two of my favorites just now.
I'm not doing dry January. I'm doing high January.
CBD drinks?
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. For anybody who ever accidentally drank bong water and thought, yes, please.
Wait,
No.
what?
No, that's yucky.
Drinking bong water?
I mean, keep
But
in mind,
you
most
guys
of my-
watch me drink marijuana drinks all the time. Okay? It does not taste like bong water. This tasted like very pink lemonade.
Right, that's an actual drink. The what's the word that I want? Comparison to bong water is the if.
Yes, I know. I'm more shouting it at the writers, at their
Fair.
writers, because I feel offended because I'm drinking weed.
Because they're saying
Quite a bit.
something horrible about your various sponsors.
Yes. Well, and about me, because also not drinking alcohol, drinking weed instead. So, like, I feel a little targeted.
Fair enough.
You know, Sonic the Restaurant is 67, first opened in 1953. Neat. Yeah, I just felt the need to defend. Especially, because Kush Gang makes delicious weed drinks. So does Sky Mall, but, you're really not supposed to drink it like that. But, oh, it was good. Oh, it was good.
I think Sonic is like a cat or a dog, and by this point he actually is 50.
Do we need to go to the interwebs and find out hedgehog ears?
Only
Not right this second, but later.
Only if you're feeling so inclined, because I'm feeling inclined to push play.
Oh, hit play.
Thank you. we're an hour and a half in, and we're half an hour in. So, like, yeah,
It's drinkable
got some catching
cannabis.
up to do.
According to distributors, it's incredibly popular among parents aged 35 to 55, which is not surprising if you've been to any block party in the last 2 years.
But I've heard that cannabis drinks are not as powerful as other forms of cannabis. Is anyone here in the audience? Feel free.
I've heard from myself.
Yes. What is yourself?
I've heard from myself. There's like different versions.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you're going to fall asleep anyway. So.
Also, it's like, is it dry January if you're getting like.
Right.
You're altering yourself with something that isn't alcohol. So it's not really dry. You're literally drinking, which is the opposite. There is liquid, which is the opposite of dryness.
Yeah.
I'm sober. I just smoke tons of weed.
California
It's basically
sober.
when you're not sober and you're lying about being sober.
That's when you're like, I'm on ayahuasca, but I'm sober.
Why are you shooting heroin? Dude, it's dry January. Peter.
Yes.
A new essay in the New York Times
go to
recommends that those in need of peace, meditation, and community simply go where?
Heaven. As fast as possible. Peace. Can I take a hint?
Nothing more soothing than the sound of a urinal flushing.
People go to the bathroom.
Okay, fair enough. That was mentioned last week as someone's retreat.
Wait a second. Last week, they were talking about anxiety, and now it's relaxing?
You know. Stop paying attention to what they said last week. That's getting confusing.
Fads change quickly, so we should ignore last week.
Right.
Nah,
I
it's
don't
not going
know.
to happen. It's far more fun.
I don't know.
Far more fun to antagonize over what they already said.
All right. So what are we going with? We're going with bathrooms, with public restrooms?
I guess.
All right.
Urinal flushing.
I guess they would go to a bathroom?
Yes, public bathrooms.
Public bathrooms.
Yes. The columnist says public restrooms are the perfect place to escape awkward social functions, high-stress work situations, and breathable air.
Okay.
Have you ever escaped to a public bathroom and said, ah?
I've escaped from a public bathroom.
I love the idea of community, that they're going in there for community.
Community is a little confusing.
Yeah.
That's...
I think I do love public restrooms.
No,
girls out at a club, there's nothing better than 2 o'clock in the morning, freaking Destiny's Child on the radio in a girl's bathroom. It's the most fun place on the planet. It's the
Why?
nicest.
What's happening in
We're
there?
having more fun than you guys. That's for sure.
I can't tell you, but everybody's so nice. There's infinite tampons. It's just like
That's what I said, heaven.
yeah.
And it's not just tamps, Tommy. No. We're giving each other sponge baths in there. That's right.
Whoa, this is what I really thought was happening in there.
Everybody's so nice. You just walk in, and then drunk girls are like, "You look so beautiful," and it's like, "Thank you."
If I went into a bathroom and Tom was there, I wouldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
If you hadn't seen each other in 50 years.
No.
But even if
Not till you get out.
pretty,
You can't be standing at a urinal and going, "You look great."
Sober September.
Coming up, it's lightning fill in the blank. But first, it's the game where you have to listen for the rhyme. If you like to play on air, call or leave us a message at 188-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Also, you can catch us most weeks here at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, and come see us on the road at the Walt Disney Theater in Orlando, Florida on March 20th. Tickets and info at nprpresents.org. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hello, this is Jeremiah Donahoe calling from beautiful Brookings, South Dakota.
Ooh, nice to meet you, Jeremiah. What goes on in South Dakota in the winter?
Not much, but a bunch of blowing snow.
Welcome to the show, Jeremiah.
Wait,
Chioki
blow
Ianson
in
is
snow
going to
or
read you
blow
3
in
news-related limericks with the
He said
last
blow
word
in.
or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in the last word or phrase correctly on 2 limericks, you're a winner. Here's your first limerick.
My skin has a roughened savanna feel, but Botox and balms are a grandma's deal. I'll try something funky. This fruit from a monkey. I'm rubbing my face with
banana peel.
Banana peel?
That's right, banana peel.
What'd you say?
I said peel first, and then I added banana later.
Okay. Peanut gallery?
Exactly what I just said now.
What? I couldn't hear you. I wasn't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just said nothing, so...
I'm sorry, what did you say? I'm not wearing my glasses.
I observed that one.
According to beauty influencers and 14-year-olds on TikTok, the enzymes in banana peels can plump and brighten up your skin as a cheaper, more potassium-rich alternative to Botox. And according to scientists, no, they can't.
Bananas. Everybody turns to bananas. Like when you were young, was there a rumor that you could like smoke banana peels?
Yeah, you could get high off banana
high
peels.
off banana peels.
that too.
You know who started that rumor?
No.
Steve Miller Band.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's a very believable piece of information, isn't it? Turns out, even if it was true that they started that rumor, you can smoke banana peels and get high. It is possible. People have since perfected the art of smoking banana peels to get high. 'Cause
they could.
Humans will do anything. Lettuce.
This
You
is
smoke
true.
enough lettuce, you'll get high. It's a lot. A lot of lettuce.
Also just straight up oxygen deprivation.
Oh, that's true too. But no, lettuce has THC in it.
Excuse me.
It has
The
trace
plant of
amounts.
sadness has THC in it.
Yes. Trace amounts of THC in it.
That's why it's so effective about being the plant of sadness. It shows you what happiness could be, but then denies it to you.
Yes. It's like, it shows you that you have these receptors in your brain for a reason. It's just, it's not the reason.
Gives me even more reason to not have sadness on my hamburger. That's just rude.
There's something specific that I like, especially about shredded lettuce on a hamburger. It's texture. There's a texture that I like about shredded lettuce on a hamburger.
Okay.
In fact, lettuce on a hamburger, even if it's not shredded, if it's just a leaf of, it's a texture thing. It's texture and moisture. I appreciate iceberg lettuce for being a carrier of water.
Okay.
You know? And a lot of burgers are kind of dry. Like, if you don't have stuff on them.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I like big blunts and I cannot lie. Other stoners can't deny. When you smoke a coal with a... I can almost do it. I can almost do it. Smoke a cone with a big head and a round... No. It's in there somewhere. I like big blunts and I cannot... You can blame Peanut Gallery for that. That was a text that just came through.
You're welcome for the earworm and the challenge.
I'm going to put somebody else on it. I'm just going to get somebody else to come up with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way you started out when you were talking about the lettuce and you said, I like, it just hit my head.
I like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I can hear it. I can hear it. All right. Back to it then. Too sidetracked.
Yeah, I heard that too. What was that?
That was that. It was that you have to dry them out in the oven and like, it was all BS. I mean, it's like, everybody just go, like, I'm sure some guy will be like, if you're having trouble down there sexually, just take a banana and just smush it in your pants.
Well, that one is true. All right, here's your next limerick.
Since there's a loss in the big coffee game, we'll return to the source of our fame. We will keep messing up what we write on your cup. We've gone back to misspelling your
name.
That's right, name. Hoping to reverse falling sales, Starbucks decided to return to their roots of writing your name on your cup as a random collection of squiggles with a toxic marker. And it's working. Starbucks beat expectations last quarter. The CEO credits their approach of going back to basics on some things, like ceramic mugs if you order to stay, and keeping things that work, like pretending a caramel mocha frappuccino is a coffee drink and not a hot fudge sundae.
Do you have a Starbucks name? Do you have like a name that you give when you go to so that they always get it?
Yes.
I mean, your name's Tom, so I don't know how they're messing up Shantira left and right.
Yeah, it depends where I am. Like this week, I kept using Peter Sagal.
Another free coffee, Mr. Sagal, then you get to see it.
Leave it on my tab.
Here's your last limerick.
Hopping each day makes my rump dope. And my cardio
Jump
hops gave that chump hope. He made a mistake and fell into a lake, but I soon pulled him out with my...
Jump rope?
Yes, you're right.
Nice.
Jump rope. Professional jump roper David Fisher was out for a walk near a frozen pond when he heard someone screaming for help. Immediately, he sprung into action, grabbed his extra long double Dutch rope, and dragged the person and their dog out of the water. While he was doing it, our hero could be heard saying, "See, Dad, could an accounting degree do that?"
Yeah, can we back up to professional jump roper for a second?
Yeah.
Well, it exists. Every time I go to a hotel, I'll probably do it tonight, I always go to like ESPN 8 and watch the wildest sports there ever was.
Yeah.
There's like a soccer golf I saw one time. There's definitely professional juggling. There's professional
But
jump
this is like a
ropers.
grown man. Like I would assume a professional jump roper would be like a 13-year-old girl or something like that. Just in terms of the skill that is needed. Those are the people I see excelling at it the most.
Yeah, but, 10,000 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Chioki, how did Jeremiah do?
He got all three right.
Nice work, Jeremiah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your winter.
I'll sure try.
Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Now on to our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill-in-the-blank questions as they can. Each correct answer is worth 2 points. Chioki, can you give us the scores?
Peter has 3 points. Rachel has 4 points. Shantira has 5 points.
Yes, she does.
Oh, boy.
That sounded a lot
So,
creepier than
Peter,
you meant it.
you're in third place, so you're up first.
Good.
The clock will start when I begin your first question. Fill in the blank. On Tuesday, President Trump faced widespread criticism for his proposal that the U.S. take over blank.
Panama Canal.
Right. On Wednesday, former Senate Majority...
What did you say?
Gaza.
You said Gaza. You got that right. What did you say, Kat?
Oh, I said Greenland because I thought he was still talking about that.
Yeah.
Is,
I mean, it could have been any of the three of them, but they chose Gaza this week.
Wednesday, former Senate Majority Leader Blank slipped and fell outside the Senate chamber.
Oh, that kooky Mitch McConnell.
Right. This week, a doctor in Italy is being investigated for...
Kat, did you get that one?
Nope.
I heard you get that one, Peanut Gallery.
Yep.
Okay.
For giving Blank an unauthorized U.S. takeover blank.
Oh, Gaza?
Right. On Wednesday, former Senate Majority Leader Blank slipped and fell outside the Senate chamber.
Oh, that kooky Mitch McConnell.
Right. This week, a doctor in Italy is being investigated for giving Blank an unauthorized CAT scan.
A cat?
Yes. He gave his cat a CAT scan.
That was impressive.
On the chamber.
Oh, that kooky Mitch McConnell.
The Earth in 2182.
Asteroid?
That's right. In good news for anyone.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, did either of you get the cat?
No.
No.
Okay.
It went from McConnell to the
asteroid in 2182. I think I skipped forward 15 seconds, but it skipped
30.
Well, 16.
Fair.
Because I think we just missed the beginning of that last question. I've seen some stuff about an impending asteroid thing. So I'm like, that makes me think that that's the asteroid answer there.
Yeah, I keep seeing those too. And my only thought is, they keep saying, well, it's gone up a little bit. It's like, in all honesty, every year that we don't get hit, it goes up a little bit more.
Right. Like, at this point, we're lucky we haven't really gotten hit by another world ender. So.
Just like we're lucky that Wyoming hasn't exploded yet.
Exactly.
Also true.
News for anyone struggling with the price of eggs, a new AI bot has recommended a cheaper alternative.
Human eggs.
Close. Cow eggs. The new French AI called Lucy was quickly taken off the market after it recommended eating cow eggs as a healthy and affordable breakfast. Programmers quickly corrected the mistake, and now Lucy suggests starting breakfast with a big bowl of cereal swimming in chicken milk. Chioki, how did Peter do?
Peter got 5 right for 10 more points. That's a total of 13, so Peter has the lead.
Okay. So, Rachel, you're up next. Fill in the blank. Despite questions of legality, the White House began sending migrants to blank.
Guantanamo Bay.
Right. On Tuesday, big box chain Blank Co. announced they were raising most worker pay to $30 an hour.
Sometimes when I do trivia, my mind just closes like a box. Can you just give me the answer?
You're right. Costco. This week, the U.S. Treasury acknowledged that Blank had access to their servers.
Elon Musk.
Right. According to a new study, the amount of blanks found in a human bodies is rising rapidly.
Well, it's not
Microplastics.
Microplastics. This week, a man in New York who got out of jury duty by saying he thinks all defendants are guilty was forced to resign from his job as blank.
As a judge.
Yes, as a New York City judge.
Oh.
On Sunday.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, that's too obvious.
Nope, apparently not.
I was going to say public defender, but...
Oh, that would have been better. Okay, yeah. Did you get the one before that, Peanut Gallery?
Microplastics? No.
I got it.
Okay, I heard you. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I heard you. That's why I got it. I give you points for stealing answers from me, so.
I'm arguing it. I'm appreciating it.
It's a very forgiving point-giving method.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce were the big winners at the 2025 Blank Awards.
Grammy Awards?
That's right. After selling a stove that was responsible for almost 30 house fires, LG announced they were sending customers who bought the oven blank.
Refrigerator?
Another oven.
A warning sticker to put on their ovens. It might seem like an insufficient response, but don't worry, the company has promised that the stickers will be 100% fireproof. Chioki, how did Rachel do?
Oh, snap. Rachel got 5 right for 10 more points. She has a total of 14. Rachel's in the lead.
Wait,
Rachel's in the
what?
lead.
How can this be?
Chioki, how many points does Shantira need to win?
She needs only 5 to win.
5 to win. Okay, Shantira, this is for the game. This week, FBI agents filed a class action lawsuit against Trump's Department of Justice over alleged retribution following the investigation into blank.
Everything he's ever done. Election interference.
Right, January 6th. On Wednesday, 6 dairy herds in Nevada tested positive for a newer strain of blank flu.
Bird flu?
Right. In the latest of many such incidents, a zoo in China is under fire for blanking.
Making all the animals go to bed early.
Close. For painting 2 dogs orange and black and insisting they're tigers.
What did she
Fake
say?
animals.
She said fake animals. I said nothing.
Wow. I did not see that one. I didn't see that answer coming at all.
That's because the paint job was too good.
Camo.
On Tuesday, search giant Blank updated its AI ethics policy.
Google?
Right. After winning a legal battle, a supermarket in Costa Rica owned by a man named Mario can continue to be called
Nintendo.
Super Mario's. In Costa Rica, almost every supermarket is called Super something, but Nintendo challenged Mario Gonzalez's attempt to register his supermarket using his own name. But this week, a judge ruled that while the Super Mario trademark covered clothing and games, it did not apply to the category of independent Costa Rican grocery store. Chioki, did Shantira do well enough to win?
Well.
Did either of you get that?
I said Mario's. I did not say Super Mario.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that coughing fit hit harder than I thought it was going to.
The ghost of the gummy that you started the show off with.
Must be. Okay.
Well, Shantira got 3 right for 6 more points, total of 11. So on her inaugural appearance, Rachel Feinstein is this week's winner of Wait, Don't Tell Me.
In just a minute, we'll ask our panelists to predict if Lucy's bad at running, what will we learn she is good at? But first, let me tell you that Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Gotica writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shane O'Donnell. Thanks to the staff and crew at the Studebaker Theater. B.J. Letterman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Vinnie Thomas and Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is certified. Emma Choi is our vibe curator. Our jolly good fellow is Hannah Anderson. Technical direction, Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillag. The executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. Now, panel, what will we find out Lucy was good at?
What did you say?
Keeping secrets. I mean, how long did it take for the people to realize she was bad at running?
Good at. Shantira Jackson.
Drinking enough water, and not just because she forgot to drink water earlier.
Rachel Feinstein.
Well, she was tiny, so I guess, like, I don't know, dancing on bars or, like, jigs or something.
Peter Gross.
She was super slow, but she always knew when to show up at the movie theater exactly when the movie started.
And if any of that happens, we'll ask you about it on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Chayoki Ianson, filling in for Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Shantira Jackson, Peter Gross, Rachel Feinstein, and thanks to all of you for listening. I'm Tom Papa, filling in for Peter Sagal, and we'll see you next week. This is NPR.
All right. So, here are the scores. Let's transition back to this real quickly. I'll read out the scores when we get back from commercial break in a few seconds.
Or that does work.
All right, here are the scores. Kat comes in third place this week with 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
And Peanut Gallery and I are tied this week for 21 points apiece.
Right. That's really close.
That is. So actually, I guess you technically come in second, not third.
Well, you didn't say third. You just said last.
Oh, okay. I said last. I didn't say third.
Exactly. So it works.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like the scores are at a plus or minus of a point. Because my ability to keep score while paying attention to the game itself, yeah.
Well,
so
if any listeners wish to dispute the scorekeeping, they are more than welcome to roll up and keep score themselves for us.
Right.
Or as one of our favorite people would say, get in the comments.
No, we don't want his people in our comments.
We're gonna go with, so this week it's close enough, like last week, it's close enough that I think we could call it a tie, even though last week was technically a full-on tie.
You got tied. I'm fine with having 1 point less.
Part of what happened this week is we missed a lot of the bonus round. We all just sat silently as those questions just flew past.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, it proves that we haven't pre-watched. And so when we're hit with surprise by the question, it's obvious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess that is one way of looking at it. I kind of...
I appreciate on the one question, all of us picked a different G word for that could potentially have been correct.
Right, that, I feel like, yeah, that was... Gaza, Panama Canal, and
Greenland.
All of those are things that Trump has recently been like, no, we're taking that.
The thing that really gets me about the Gaza is he's showing his stripes as a freaking slumlord again. Because he's talking about kicking them out, glowing the place up, and having them come back in to serve the people who are going to move there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He is pulling the classic Trump move. And it's not cute.
No.
It is not cute. I mean, like, this is 1980s classic Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So. Well, all right. We have reached the end of the show, friends. Thank you for joining us. Stick around for the raid as we raid out to DJ Margarita Mel. Much love to everybody who showed up in the chat today. Just Me Crystal, Lockpick, Chris in the 386. Thank you guys for being here. Much love. Cat, Peanut Gallery, thank you guys for showing up. It was a pleasure as always. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all.
It's been the ruin of many a poor boy. God, I know I'm one now. My mama was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. And my daddy was a gambling man from down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time that he's satisfied is when he's on the run. face that one-armed bandit. Ready to go to that house.